I didn't protect her. I was supposed to protect her.
The heartbreaking end that began when a Colorado mom discovered she had a vicious stalker.
It's a lot, and it has definitely made me paranoid everywhere I go.
But on the day she's supposed to meet with police, Kristil Krug vanishes.
Repel police!
When Kristil's found murdered in her own garage, her husband demands answers.
Find him. I don't care if you capture him. I don't care if you kill him. Find him.
But could he know more than he's letting on?
We have a lot of information that points your direction.
This is Scandal, presented by Law&Crime. I'm Sierra Gillespie. In December 2023, the shocking murder of 43-year-old Kristil Krug shatters the upscale city of Broomfield, Colorado to its core. Kristil was a loving wife and mother, stabbed through the heart in what should have been the safety of her own home. But when police arrived to the scene, they were no stranger to Kristil or her family. In fact, Kristil had been in contact with local police for months after she realized she was being stalked.
I have received numerous text messages, and then today I got an email that is very threatening, threatening against both me and my family.
That's Kristil's own voice on the recording, calling in to Broomfield, Colorado police to report the stalking. As she explained to officers, she started getting odd messages in early October 2023, like this one, sent on October 2nd at 1:02 p.m. It reads, "Hi Kristil, it's Anthony. Hope it's okay I looked you up. I go to Boulder every few weeks and thought we could hook up. You game?" So right away we're all thinking, who's this Anthony person? Here's what Kristil's husband, Daniel Krug, would eventually tell police.
About this Anthony guy, do you think he's the kind of person to actually do this stuff, or do you think it's somebody else?
I've never met him.
Yeah. Just a few contacts over the years directly to her, but nothing.
I have never met him, never interacted via any social media platform. All I know about him is what she has related to me.
Yeah.
So snippets from the past and then more information over the last few weeks. Sure. But that's it.
Yeah.
So I genuinely can't answer that.
So Kristil receives that message from someone claiming to be Anthony, but then the messages just keep on coming, like this. On October 3rd, 2023, multiple texts were sent to Kristil. 11:20 a.m. Are you there? 2:35 p.m. You should say yes when I offer pity F. 2:36 p.m. Whatever, saw your pics, you got fat. Bet your loser husband won't F your fat. Explicit. 2:37 p.m. Dumb, explicit. You should kill yourself. Don't waste my time. The messages continued and even got more personal, like this email from October 31st, 2023. It was sent at 2:44 p.m. with the subject line, "This guy?" The body of the email read, "This your husband? Drives like slow old lady. Can't believe you wanna do something explicit to him, but not mine. He needs to drive safe. Don't want a clear rubber hose in his tailpipe." Attached was a picture of Kristil's husband, Dan, outside of his work. And at this point, Kristil believed the person responsible for these messages was really her ex-boyfriend, a man by the name of Jack Anthony Holland. And that's just what she told police.
I have an ex from a very long time ago who has occasionally, over the last 20 years, found me on social media apps or whatever and contacted, and it's never been an issue until this month. So this month, I have received numerous text messages, and then today I got an email that is very threatening, threatening against both me and my family. And it escalated to the point that he took a recent picture of my husband at his work location. So the stalking is getting a little too aggressive at this point in time.
Like
so
he took it himself?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's just the thing.
Okay.
So my last contact with this individual was 5 years ago, something like that. ended on a social media app of messages back and forth, where I told him I was happily married. I had no interest in what he kept contacting me. He kind of blew things up and then blocked me. I blocked him, haven't heard from him since.
Okay.
This all started this month, and I have a whole log. I have all the text messages. I have the email. I have not responded or engaged at all. But the text messages started on October 2nd, asking to meet up, saying that he looked me up, quote, because I've never given him my phone number. I've never given him my email address. I've never given him any kind of contact information at all. He ended with that he hoped that I killed myself. Hadn't heard from him at all until today. Today he sent an email to me with a picture of my husband, asking if this was my husband. It's a recent picture of either today or within the last couple of days, because it's in his work location with snow on the ground. And saying that he hopes he drives real safe and that nothing gets in his tailpipe.
Okay.
And I again have not responded. So I'm very concerned for my safety. So I guess my question for you is there a course of action to possibly take that could potentially safeguard me from this individual? And I guess options I might have here.
What do you know about him? Like, do you know where he lives currently? Do you know?
So he is a bit of a drifter. Not that he's homeless or anything, but I went to, after early October, I paid for whatever background searches, like on the internet, that's only like a truth finder. Mm-hmm. It looks like he's all over the place. I don't see a current address in Colorado. Okay. But clearly he's in Colorado. And his very first text message to me said that he gets into Boulder every couple of weeks or something like that. Okay. So he's clearly in Colorado. I just don't know where. And the phone number that he texted me from, again, I will send you all information, including the phone number he texted me from and the email that he sent just today. But that isn't even registered to anybody. So I don't know if it's blocked or spoofed or what it is. And I wouldn't want to... My inclination is to not respond to this or engage with him at all for whatever delusions that he thinks that we're in some kind of relationship 20 years later, and I have never even seen him. It's just this is a little obsessively strange.
Yes. Yeah, I agree, and there could be like a slew of reasons of why it's kind of been sporadic over the years. We will never really know until we can try to maybe talk to him, but. That's where we can start for right now. This wouldn't be the last time Kristil spoke with police. She reported to officers she first found a tube coming out of her car around the same time the messages began, and that she thought her stalker may have a tracker on her car.
So I don't know where he's following me from. Okay. I can only assume a tracker, based on the fact that he could show up there, and I don't see vehicles unless he's like stationed out like on corners. He's really on the street to know when I'm leaving.
Okay.
But,
Nobody, like no car that keeps popping up that you can think of that's like, hey, it's weird, I saw X car or anything like that.
Well, I ran a background check on him, and I know what vehicle he drives, and I never see that vehicle. But it's a nondescript vehicle.
The Camry?
Yeah. And he could be switching vehicles as well if he's having fun trading with a friend. So.
And so this would be my next question.
Yeah.
Are you sure he is actually putting eyes on you and following you, or is he just saying stuff that's specific but general enough that he could? You're like, oh. Like...
So the only way that I could think of that this event that he would be able to say what he did without putting eyes on me is if he had a tracker on my phone and my phone picked up literally in that building and it didn't pick up any of the other surrounding buildings. But otherwise, like where I parked and then where I went to tell me that I went into my dentist.
Yeah, that's
on
that
that street
weird.
When there's like so many other businesses there. The only other one is that he had taken a picture of my husband getting out of his vehicle.
Where?
In Denver.
Okay.
And was like within like a certain range. So that's the only one that I have that's confirmation that like he would have seen. But again.
Eventually, Kristil made a timeline of everything and shared it with police.
Yes, it's been a little harrowing, I gotta say. For the most part, like anything that I had interactions before, I have never dealt with like this kind of level in like a online version, and I think to myself of like advice that I give to my kids, like watch out for online people. And I'm like, this is exhausting. This is real. Like I can't believe like any kids would be dealing with stuff like this that comes from all directions at any time.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's a lot, and it has definitely made me like paranoid everywhere I go, unfortunately. So
Yeah. No, I can completely understand that.
yeah. Oh, and I keep trying to remind myself this is intending to be terrorizing. This is intending to scare me. In this timeline, we dated summer of '99.
Okay.
Very briefly. Like there was a breakup somewhere here, like in the fall, so I did this kind of like also that you could see like way over here. Last contact I ever had with him where he tried to reach out to me personally, saw him in person, would have been like in the spring of 2001. Everything here you're going to see question marks because I'm like, about? I'm just trying to remember like where I was living and where I had kids at the time. It was pretty alarming,
Yeah.
right? Where he's like, we're meant to be together and my family loves that we're talking. I'm like, whoa, you think that we're like in a relationship?
Right.
So I shut it down real hard. I said, this is really creepy for me. You
Yeah.
need to stop. I'm married, happily married with children. You need to stop. And he got like real emotional, real hurt. It wasn't angry, but it was hurt and real like over the top emotions, and then blocked me on, because you can see when somebody blocks you on Facebook, and I'm like, good. And I blocked him, and then I'm like, and then I shut down Facebook entirely before the pandemic.
Okay.
So like there was no way to get a hold of me on any kind of old email address or old way, and that's when this starts.
Okay.
So I like hopefully this kind of gives a gauge of just how ridiculous this is. So this all started back up again out of the blue. Again, he did not have my cell phone number ever, because the number I have, even though I've had it forever, was after these contacts, right? So like he never had my phone number or my email, though I have to tell you, I have a really unique name. It's really easy to find me online.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like really easy to find me. So he probably could have done just a comprehensive Google search. But what is important is that it started October 2nd and 3rd. The only thing that was really alarming about this one was I was like, what do you mean you looked me up? And I immediately got a sense of this something is not, especially after this last interaction where I'm like, you're pretty delusional and you're coming out again of the woodworks and now going above and beyond to really find me. And then when I didn't respond, and you'll see, so this is on Monday at 1, and when I don't respond, then immediately the next day it just keeps going. Just a lot of like very sexually explicit, very graphic, very just like poke the bear kind of thing. And then trying to prove to me that he can follow us.
Yeah.
He doesn't ever mention my kids, by the way. He'll never even acknowledge my kids. Even like when back in like when my daughter was first born, like he won't even acknowledge kids. So and that's I think the only thing working for me, maybe kind of in the moment, is that I don't think my kids are in danger.
Kristil also mentions to police that her husband recently caught someone running out of their garage. At the time, that was also reported to police. Here's how it went down.
I ran out at 4:15, 4:20ish.
Okay.
So I left. I watched the garage door closing,
Okay.
not necessarily closed.
Sure. Okay.
My wife drove that point home on me. Ran up to the store. I came back about 4:50, 4:55.
Okay.
As I came down, the door was open.
The bigger one or the third?
The double bay
Got it.
door.
Okay.
So as I pulled in, I saw someone. I think it was a guy, but it was so fast.
Yeah.
Blue jeans, gray shirt, run out, jump over my gate,
Okay.
and take off that way.
Got it. Okay.
I cared less about following him than getting inside and checking on my kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
My daughter is adamant no one came in the house.
Okay.
She never heard the garage door open. She was in the living room right next to it.
Okay.
My wife and I tested her, and I opened and closed the garage door, and she couldn't hear it over the TV anyway.
Did you notice any tools or anything missing? That's a pretty common item. No.
No.
Okay.
They're all basic
Okay.
tools anyway, nothing fancy.
Sure.
No tools missing. The bikes are all hanging on the wall still.
Okay.
None of those are gone.
Got it.
Skis are in there, golf
Okay.
clubs. Everything seems to be there,
Okay.
except a spare key.
Something that is really important here. Dan mentions the family home has cameras.
Do you have like a Ring doorbell or any other cameras or anything?
I have a Nest doorbell. We were
Okay.
checking the camera. Nothing on it.
Got it. Okay.
Remember that little bit. It's going to come back later. But meanwhile, we've got to show you a separate interview Dan did with police. This one took place in November 2023 while Kristil was still receiving inappropriate messages from her alleged stalker. And a quick note, Kristil's real ex-boyfriend is named Jack. However, her alleged stalker will be referred to by a few different names, including Kickman and Anthony.
So I guess give me the background that you are aware of with Anthony.
How far back?
Well, my understanding is Kristil was dating him way back in like 1999, so I don't know whatever information you have over the years.
She dated him prior to her relationship with me. So that ended sometime before summer of 2001. That's when Kristil and I started dating. She and I got married in 2007. Fast forward, still married. I know that, so they had dated at some point when we were living in our old house, and again, this is in her log that she's given you. He had reached out to her via Facebook, wanted to connect, and she was very open about that with me at the time that he had reached out. She accepted the friend request. Who doesn't have friends from high school and college that you don't really talk to? Then he started saying some creepy things, song lyrics, talking about romantic movies. She shut down the conversation with him. She blocked him. I don't know if he blocked her, and kind of went away. And every so often, I can't say there was any real pattern or theme to any of it. He would reach out to her again. Again, always via social media. That stopped when she got rid of social media. I feel like that was pre-COVID, that she dropped her Facebook account. And then the series of events over the last few weeks.
Okay. Gotcha. And I guess at what point did she tell you that he recontacted her this last time?
It was either November 1st or November 2nd. It was after she had gotten a picture of me at work.
Okay.
That she brought me up to speed on that.
Gotcha, okay. And the first contact that he initially made with her was back on October 2nd. I guess why that month gap, do you think, before she told you?
If I'm trying to remember from some of the details from the log that she's keeping. I'm guessing that it was creepy, but not real. But lots of people are jerks online, sure. Other than that, I'm sure she has mentioned to you that she and I are going through a rough patch, kind of on the rocks. So probably didn't seem that pressing until until it was.
During this interview, Dan gets emotional.
So what am I doing? I'm panicking. And I'm doing a job of protecting my wife. So I'm not doing good.
I can see that.
And that leads us to December 14th, 2023. Dispatch gets a call from Dan, who's worried about Kristil. She told him she was supposed to meet with a Detective Martinez about the stalking case, but then she just stopped replying.
Springfield Dispatch's meeting.
Hi there. My name is Dan Krug. I don't think this is an emergency, but this feels really weird.
Okay.
My wife isn't responding to text messages or phone calls.
Okay.
And we've had threats against us. She was supposed to meet with Detective Martinez today, but I can't get a hold of him. Can I get either someone in the house to check in with Martinez, or maybe both, maybe a wellness check at the house?
What's your wife's name?
Kristil, Kristil.
Okay. And last name?
Krug.
Okay.
She texted me like, I don't know, 3-ish hours ago,
Okay.
and I've asked her multiple questions since then,
Okay.
and she's not responding.
Oh, okay. What was going on when you talked to her about 3 hours ago? Was she okay? What was she having any medical things? Anything going on?
She asked me to pick up our daughter from school because she had to meet with Martinez.
Okay. So she was supposed to, come into the PD and meet with Martinez?
Yeah, that's what she said.
After this call came in, Broomfield police visited the Krug family home.
.151, send medical, and 110. I need a 4th Sentry. I got a female down in the garage. Broomfield Police! Broomfield Police!
Once inside, the officer finds Kristil in the garage. She's been beaten and stabbed through the heart. Soon, the entire area becomes a full-fledged crime scene.
No!
Did you guys drive together? We drove together.
Dan appears to be beside himself, crying and visibly upset. But right away, officers want to begin the investigation.
I mean, there's a lot of questions right now. Fortunately, we don't have a whole lot of answers for you. But I know what you want to do right now, and we can have another. Okay? It's to maintain the integrity of the investigation, to try and find out who did what they did, and we're going to count on the future, okay? So, along those lines, I know it seems like a long time, but it's no time like now. Because we would like to have consent to search the residence so we can begin our investigation and try and get through those facts.
Yes, go.
Do you understand what I'm asking you to do?
No, but go.
If you would, you want to kick off form, so I have it in writing. I understand you verbally gave it. Principally in there, we are asking for permission to search your property and everything therein to try to find out who did what.
As this recording continues on, Dan can be seen getting visibly upset about the scene.
Do you need to sit down?
I didn't protect her. I was supposed to protect her.
Investigators coordinate someone to pick up Dan and Kristil's kids and take Dan back to the station where he's interviewed by police.
Yeah, I know this is the last thing in the world that you ever want to experience. We're trying to do our very best to figure everything out.
Dan agrees to provide police with the family's cameras and also agrees to provide his DNA. Then investigators ask the difficult questions almost right away. Dan revealing he thinks Kristil was lying to him.
What's your guys' interactions been like leading up to this?
Tested. I felt like she was keeping secrets.
In what way?
She didn't tell me about Big Man. She keeps disappearing for hours. I told her when this was done, we should divorce. Didn't want it. I don't want to divorce her. I told her she can't keep secrets. I asked for a divorce.
What did she say when you told her?
She said not now.
What sort of secrets was she keeping?
Kickman. Before she told me. She would leave and be gone for so long. Last night, no, not last night. No rehearsal last night. Tuesday. She left 2 hours early to get moved on. No reason, just 2 hours early. She kept leaving early, coming home late. I asked where. She wouldn't tell me.
What did she say?
She said sometimes she had to pick up dinner or talk to Lars or anything. Never a straight answer.
And a quick reminder, the Krug family sometimes refers to the stalker as Kickman, which Dan explains was thought up by his daughter.
And you mentioned earlier that she didn't tell you about something Kicks. Which one was that?
Kickman.
Kickman.
That's what we call a stalker. Doesn't deserve a name.
Okay, and which
came up with Kickman because
yeah, I remember having that conversation.
Molly was going to kick.
I remember having that conversation with you. What? Do you remember that email address that she didn't tell you about?
It's in the log.
Okay.
I'd have to remember it's in the log. Something Kicks.
All right.
You have the log, right?
I do. I do have the log. Make sure I'm getting the timeline right again. She didn't tell you about this a month before it even got reported to me. Or was there a new something that you were unaware of between the time it was reported to me and now?
I don't remember when she went to you. I don't. I'm visualizing a lot like that. She got, Kickman reached out early October. I don't know when. She told me after Halloween when she got the picture of me.
And again, Dan believes this alleged stalker is Jack Holland, who, by the way, investigators speak to on the very day of Kristil's murder.
I'm going to ask you a couple of names to see if you recognize any names.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of the name Kristil Krug? She may have been Grimsrod when you knew her.
Yeah.
And do you know a Daniel Krug?
No.
No? How do you know Kristil?
She was an ex-girlfriend.
She's an ex-girlfriend? How long's the ex? Like how long ago?
1999.
Oh, so like a long while ago.
She was my very first girlfriend ever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When was the last time you talked to Kristil? Has it been a minute?
It's been a minute, yeah.
Like since you moved from Durango?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would have been what, back in 2014?
Yeah.
Have you had any contact with anybody in that area since? Anybody,
No.
or have they contacted you at any time?
No.
I'm going to give you a phone number, and it's to a sergeant with the Broomfield Police Department.
Okay.
He would like you to reach out and talk to him.
All right.
They have an incident. I don't know the full details of their incident out there, and so I'll let him talk to you about that aspect. He had asked us to come out here to your house and talk with you. They were debating on, you do have an active warrant out of Broomfield Police Department, and they were debating on if they were going to have us arrest you or not. They are not going to have us arrest you on it. I'm going to advise you of the fact that you do have a warrant out of Colorado, and you can talk to this sergeant about the details of it, if that makes sense, when you call and talk to him.
As you can probably tell by that video, Jack is intoxicated at the time of the police interview, but also he seems shocked.
I don't know why I did.
So that's just because you got that active warrant. I don't know the details of the stalking warrant. It's a stalking warrant. You can talk to him about that as well. Just when you call that number, that's his cell phone, just talk to him.
Later receipts prove Jack was nowhere near Broomfield, Colorado at the time of Kristil's death. He couldn't have killed her. And that's something police point out to Dan.
Kickman is a 6.5-hour drive from here. There's no way he could have made that drive. If he flew, we would have record of that. That doesn't show up on any sort of flight record through the FBI, DEA, Homeland Security, anything like that. And then, in fact, he was contacted in his house, severely intoxicated.
this time that we've been looking for him, for the protection order, and you just found him today, like that?
Because I've been looking at you, but I've been waiting for these records to come back.
We've been chasing the wrong dog.
Am I under arrest? It sounds like you're accusing me.
We have a lot of information that points your direction, and we were hoping that you could provide a legitimate explanation other than it wasn't me.
I had to drop that soundbite in there to show you where investigators are heading, but I'm getting ahead of myself, so let's walk through how we arrived to that gotcha moment. This is the second portion of Dan's interview with police, the day of Kristil's murder.
I have two different voices going through my head right now. I have my brother Matthew, and I've mentioned him. He's the sheriff's lieutenant. And I have his voice saying, talk to the police. And in typical cop fashion, he married a prosecutor. So I have Lynn's voice in my head going, get a lawyer. I just want this to be done. I don't want to go home. I just don't want to.
Investigators read Dan his Miranda rights and then get to asking him the really tough questions.
What's going on with you guys? Because it seems like there's been a lot of stress on your relationship.
We are not in a good place.
Okay.
We have not been in a good place for a while.
Okay.
I told her I wanted counseling. She said no.
And when was that? Sort of ultimatum? Long time ago?
Yeah, months.
Okay.
We live together. We have joint finances. We obviously co-parent the kids. We do maintain separate bedrooms. That's kind of where we are in the ebb and flow of a relationship.
Okay.
It's tough enough to say this. Just let me get it out.
Sure.
So, other than talking about the kids, there hasn't been a lot of dialogue for a little while. I can't put a time frame on it. It hurt me that she didn't tell me about the stalker when it started, but she brought me in right away once he sent her a picture of me. I think that was Thanksgiving, Halloween.
Okay.
So she told me the next day, and I was definitely hurt and angry that she was keeping that as a secret. She said that she'd been confiding in her brother Lars, and so.
Did she ever tell you why she didn't tell you that?
Because she and I were not in a good and healthy place. Well, not the phrase I should say. So she was confiding more in him. As you know, once she told me, I wanted access to her logs. I wanted to know what the conversations were with Martinez. And at that point, she brought me fully up to speed, and I saw the horrible messages. I saw the ad, all that crap. And that's when she and I started working on game plans. Again, what do we do to protect family, to protect the kids? Define your threat level, so that we had a clear plan of attack. We could just say, we're at nuclear, that's a full lockdown, here's what it means. We're at red, here's what that means. I got to a point where it wasn't an ultimatum, but it was I had her as a partner to protect the family, but it didn't feel like a partner who valued me. And I told her at that point, I told her I didn't want to die for someone who didn't care about me anymore.
That's really hard.
And I told her I wanted a divorce.
And when did that conversation happen?
Oh, weeks ago, before Thanksgiving.
Okay. And how did she take that?
Angry. Obviously. Mostly anger that I said it now, with everything else going on. So she said she didn't want to talk about it until all of this was done. And then he got quiet, and we just kind of sat in that. And so we kind of alternated conversations between how do we protect the kids, how do we secure the house, how do we start the process.
Can I just ask, what do you think happened today with Kristil? What do you think? What's your theory?
I don't know.
Well, you gotta have one. I mean, I'm sure a million different thoughts have run through your mind. What do you think happened?
I left. She was in the kitchen. She would have had whatever meetings that she had. And then she said she was meeting with you. But you know nothing about that, so I have no idea what that is. What's his name? The other detective said that the cameras were turned off. That shouldn't happen. The only way that the cameras can be turned off is through the app. One of us has to hit the button. Internet outage will cause something that doesn't turn them off. It just interrupts the feed for a couple minutes. He said they were turned off. And one of them looks like it has something on it. So, in my brain, I'm thinking someone made a move against her. I don't know where the dog is. He's somewhere in the house. Really jumpy, skittish dog. She has a gun that she carries around. It's always in one of three places. Well, I guess four. It's either on her. She has I think 3 different holsters now. It's either on her. If she's in her office, it's on the filing cabinet directly behind her. If she's anywhere else on the first floor, it's on here, the high counter next to the plants. Always. It's either here, or if she's upstairs, it is sitting next to the headboard. So, in my brain, someone came to the door. It's Christmas time. I have Amazon packages being delivered every damn day. Someone came to the door. She doesn't usually answer the door. but she must have, because she must have. So in my brain, the story that I have is someone came to the door. Maybe she went outside to get a package, and they must have come in. And she's a fighter. She's strong. She would have fought. That's why I warned them when I was at the house, and I asked, did she get any shots off? She has a gun. She just went through the concealed carry class. She has an appointment to get her license. She had to have been surprised, but without a doubt, she fought.
Here's where the Krug family camera system comes back into play. During the time that someone would have been in the home with Kristil, there was an unexplained internet outage, and one of the cameras had an obstructed view, like someone had placed something over part of the camera lens.
How do you explain the cameras being turned off then? If it's some mystery man. Because I'm also pretty sure that Google's going to be able to tell us what device turned those cameras off.
But it can't be mine. I didn't turn them on.
But that's not all.
So some of that information that we've been able to receive today is a little bit, I don't know, concerning, I guess. The Gmail account that, and you can speak more specifically.
And that text now number we were talking about, the number that he initially texted Kristil from. The Gmail account, the Kickman account that you guys initially received with the photo of you in it, and the phone number, those originated through their IP addresses at your office.
It doesn't make any sense. Well, he took the photo of me at my office.
Right. But both of those accounts originated from IP addresses that list back to your office.
I don't know what to do with that.
Well, tell us about the IP address. Do you know anything about the network or anything at your work? Or
I do money.
Yeah, I know, but like here, I believe me, I know nothing about tech stuff. That's why I keep looking to him to explain this crap. I still know
there are Wi-Fi access throughout the facility for employees, and there's public Wi-Fi access throughout the entire facility.
Okay.
CPHE guest, I think is what it is. And we literally post the passwords in every single meeting room.
Okay.
The board meeting I was running yesterday, I can literally pull up the video because I have to record it. And on a table in the back of the room, giant paper that says what the Wi-Fi is and what the password is.
Okay.
What's the IP address on your computer on your desk?
I couldn't tell you.
Then the interview kind of turns on Dan.
Because I'm going to throw this idea out there. Right? You know Anthony has reached out to her in the past a number of times.
She's been very open about that, yes.
Right. The last time was 2016-ish. He had asked her at one point if she wanted to have sex.
I think he's approached her multiple times.
Right. So this next time, if there's any bit of question about infidelity, whether it's with Anthony or anybody else, we might create an account to see if we can create a facade or see if Kristil's actually interested in Anthony. So we ask her and push the bounds a little bit and see if that will confirm our suspicions of infidelity. You don't get the response and the openness you once did for about 28 days, from October 2nd to October 31st. So you amp it up a little bit. Send a photo of yourself to her at an account you created. See what her response is.
I mean, the IT department, in fact, I can go check on where we're at with those records, but a lot of this stuff is going to shine through. My hope is just that we can at least be honest about those things and agree that maybe this started out the way that it was reported, and then maybe it turned into something different.
Because that would suggest that I would put my children through this. We were drilling the kids on what to do if we said run. That they had to pair up, they had to run. I'm looking into counseling for the kids. Figure out when the heck to start that. I get the narrative you're putting together, but it alleges that I would do this to my children.
But I think ultimately what happened today would bring you the closest to your children that you've probably ever been in your mind.
I'm very close to my children. I take Ella to dance class. We hang out. We do our puzzles together. Malcolm and I play our games. He prefers sleeping next to me rather than next to Kristil. Lorelai and I read her Harry Potter. No. I love and adore my children.
You're afraid to lose time with them if you get the divorce.
Well, provide us a different explanation then. We know it's not Kickman. If you were watching these facts unfold in front of you in a movie, what would you say happened?
There has to be someone
that was able to turn off the cameras, that was able to access a password-protected system to turn off cameras, that was able to use your IP address from your work to create accounts, to send messages and photos, to act as a stalking suspect. Well, tell me. Help me make sense of it.
I don't know. I'm not the one who does this. I'm analytical at work, and I read and write fiction at home. I don't do crime drama. I don't know what it is. I want to go see my children. I've explained this to others. In my family, when bad things happen, you don't scatter. I want to see my children. Are we done here? Are we done here?
Well, that's up to you. I mean, I think we still have a lot of unanswered questions. But, I mean, I'd like to know what happened this morning. I'd like to know
Me too.
what caused you to get so upset to hurt your wife, because I believe that's what happened. I believe that you've been because there's no other logical explanation.
I want to know what happened to her. Did she fight? Did she get shots off? Where was she in that house? I have Linda, who said they were doing CPR in the garage. And that's all I know. So tell me, did she fight? Did she get shots off? Where is she in that house?
We haven't been there to know. And there's only one person in this room that can tell us. Detective King Solomon and I have been here with you.
I think you know the answer to all those questions. And I think that the evidence will show us that, but we're not there to look at it because we're hopeful that you're going to tell us the truth about what happened, and finally show your wife that you truly do love her by coming clean on all this stuff.
There has to be someone else. There has to be. You've asked me I can't even count how many times. Is there a boyfriend? There fucking has to be.
Why would the boyfriend kill her, though? Because if the boyfriend wanted to be with her, I don't know, I've seen a lot of crime drama. I know you don't. But if the boyfriend wanted to be with her, he would want to eliminate you. And I don't think they can mistake you for him.
No.
Or her. I mean, I don't think you guys look alike.
No.
So, I mean, why would a boyfriend who is spending time with, let's just use your theory, probably having sex with, probably good sex because it's a fair sex, probably hearing her talk about how she wants to divorce you and is making plans to divorce you, why in God's name would that boyfriend then come over to her house and kill her?
I have no idea. Maybe she got cold feet. Maybe she was tired of that. Maybe she had two. I don't know.
I think you got confirmation or found out that she had a boyfriend this morning, or something happened that pissed you off, and you did something that you regret now because you can't go back. And you can't go back to, stalking her secretly or pretending to be her stalker or making plans, having cooperation with one another, although it's not romantic, having cooperation with one another to fight together against Kickman. That's what I think happened. And I think it's a shame that you're not being more honest about it because your wife deserves it.
I've answered all of your questions that I can. Please let me know when I can return to my house. I need to figure out what the heck to do for a dog. I need to take care of my children. You have your theory. It is wrong. Please find the right one.
Shortly after this, the interview wraps up. Dan leaves, but not before he's caught on body camera video.
Just don't stop looking elsewhere. Focus on me. Okay? Find. I don't care if you capture him. I just want to say. He took my children's mother for Christmas. They're never going to get over that. All the therapy I could ever get them. Find him. I don't care if you capture him. I don't care if you kill him. Find him. I don't believe in the death penalty. I don't know what I would testify when you convict him. I don't know. Find him.
won't give up. We won't let it go. Tonight, like I explained, all the facts point in your direction. But that doesn't mean anything. From a professional standpoint, that's what I follow.
But it's Daniel Krug that is ultimately arrested. He faced charges of first-degree murder, stalking, and identity theft / impersonation. He went to trial in April of 2025, and a jury later found him guilty of first-degree murder and stalking. He's since been sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. And that's where today's episode of Scandal leaves us for now. If you like what you saw and you want to see more or connect with me on social media, you can find me on places like Instagram at Sierra Gillespie. Thanks for watching today's episode of Scandal. As always, I'm your host, Sierra Gillespie, and I'll see you next time.